Hello and welcome to the 5th video in the Free to Ford Bronco series, where I have some great news. My Ford Bronco is actually built. I got an email today saying that congratulations, it's built. I've been following it to see if it's actually like getting there. The date did get pushed back a couple of weeks, but it is built now and they're like final checks are happening and it is going to come to be by rail. And when I look online, that can be anywhere from like 2 weeks to 4 months. So still a little bit closer, but still probably far away. But I recently also went to my parents' house for Mother's Day, and I brought back a giant box that I have had at my parents' house for over a decade. Basically was an amazing time capsule into 2010 for me. And I am actually going to resell most of it because I did keep a couple of pieces that were sentimental to me, that one day I might fit back into, or just for sentimental reasons I had to keep them. But everything else I'm reselling. And I also have a couple of items that were gifted to me as well that I'm going to show you, starting with this. My partner has a very well-off landlord who's also a next door neighbor. He was like, hey, we're not really doing this container gardening anymore, so do you want to come pick up all of these pots? Otherwise they're going to go in the dumpster. And so we did that. Most of the pots are at my partner's house. I don't know really what we're going to do with them. We may, list them on Facebook Marketplace because some of them are quite large and quite valuable. But this little guy came home with me. This is a Shawnee Pottery. It's green, so you can tell why I grabbed it. And then when I actually went to look it up, I was like, all right, now I'm gonna sell this one. So this is a Shawnee Pottery, a little vintage Shawnee Pottery planter. It's got the little drip tray already built into it. I cleaned it up as best I could, but I have listed this now, so this was completely free and very nice, and I'm very grateful for that. Then I also have a couple of Mickey Mouse mugs from this is upside down. A couple of Mickey Mouse mugs from my friend Donna. She gave me a couple of other things, but I haven't gotten around to listing them yet, so they will be in a later video. But it's just one where Mickey is falling and he's inside. And then this one that says, nice is not the same as wimpy, which I thought was really cute. So I put both of these up for sale, which funnily enough, both of these were also made in 2009, 2010. So it's kind of goes along with everything else. When I opened the box, I was so relieved because I honestly thought I had like donated all of this stuff when I had, I guess, packed these into the box because I was moving, which is why that box has been at my parents' house forever, but I had not. So this is the first thing that I'm going to show you. This is Rainer. It is from Starcraft. It's from 2009 when I went to BlizzCon with my best friend David, who is Donna's husband. And so I have this one, and then I have this blank marine, so that you're supposed to be able to paint it however you want it. And these are like some examples of the designs. I actually got to see the painted ones in person when I went to BlizzCon in 2009. I am a giant nerd. I have stated this multiple times. I'm sure I'm showing you me being very nerdy to next to me, but I have listed both of these because I bought them because they were there, and I think they were inexpensive at the time. I think one of these actually is something that you got for going to BlizzCon, but I don't remember which one of these it is, and I think one of them I bought. So here are those. I have plenty of memories of BlizzCon. I have the photos, so I don't really need those, and they have stayed in the box. And like I said, I thought I donated them because they've just moved around with me everywhere, and I'm never going to do anything with them. So hopefully they'll sell and someone else will enjoy them. And then everything else is clothing. I thought about keeping these, thinking that one day I would be able to fit in them again, but I honestly don't think I want to be that thin ever again because I was definitely not as healthy as I am now. But it's a pair of Stella McCartney x Adidas little rolled hem shorts. Stella McCartney is Paul McCartney's daughter and also a high-end clothing designer. I have one of her dresses here, which is absolutely beautiful. I love it to pieces. So I still have Stella McCartney. I also have some Adidas X Stella McCartney shoes still. So I still have some pieces, but I can't fit into this, and I don't think I'm ever going to fit into this again, so I decided to put it up for sale. And this is from 2008. And if you're new here, I say Adidas instead of Adidas because I worked for Adidas for 4 years, and it is a German company, and that is how the rest of the world says it. Americans still say it Adidas. They're still technically both correct, but I do say Adidas. So there is that. This is a pair of Express pants that are actually Bermuda shorts. So these are, I think, the Editor. Yep, these are the Editor. The vintage from the 90s. I think 90s Y2K era. I think they're Y2K actually. But here is this. It's just a little piece of my history that I'm selling. I just thought that since Y2K is in, that is honestly why a lot of this is getting listed, is because Y2K is in, and so I thought that it would sell. This is American Eagle. Tiered ruffle plaid skirt. Very low rise. This sat like right at my waist where my hip bones would poke out, and I would constantly wear like polos that were a little bit too short so you could see how flat my stomach was. But the one, I kept the one in green that I had of these, and I'm selling this one because again, I'm never going to be able to wear this again. This is a mini. It's Y2K. It's very cute. I'm sure someone will buy that. And most everything else is like long sleeve and jackets. So this is also Y2K. It is a Kelly green Anne Klein cable knit sweater. I'm sure this won't sell until it gets cooler, but this is also from Y2K era. And my uncles and my aunts, my dad's sister and her husband, their favorite football club is Chelsea, and Adidas and Chelsea were partners for a while. I don't know if Adidas still is the sports brand for Chelsea anymore, but when I worked for Adidas they were, so I had this small. I saw none like this up for sale. So somebody might want this. I don't know, I put it up for sale, we'll see what happens. Just a basic green Adidas hoodie with a high neck and very long sleeves. We have a Adidas Originals Kelly green track jacket. Green has always been my favorite color. So there it is, Kelly green Adidas Originals. All those are small. Again, I was a very tiny person. This is from the Boston Marathon from 2010. I worked the Boston Marathon in 2009 and 2010. This one is in perfect condition. I still have my 2009 hoodie. This still fits, but this has a lot of holes because I actually preferred wearing this one versus the 210 one because this was like a slim fit women's style and this is a men's small. So this was when I started transition from my wanting really tight clothing to where I wanted looser fitted clothing. So I started to have more sensory issues. So this is in perfect condition still, so we'll see if somebody wants this. And then the last item that I'm having to show to put up for this Bronco down payment is this very small green sweater. You can see in the listing that I modeled it. Again, this is when I was a much tinier person. This is a, I think a size medium, but this is a junior's medium. You can see how tiny this is. It's more like a, like, look at this. Like this I think is a great example of like how small I was then versus now. And of course the picture, it's very blurry because this was taken, I think, on a flip phone from that era. So yeah, but that's that. It's Derek Hart. Again, a lot of this I listed because it's either a really good name brand, because it's Adidas, or because the fact it fits into the Y2K aesthetic, which is popular now, and or it's a collectible. So, oh my goodness, I forgot to tell you guys what sold. Shoot. But that is everything that I'm going to list, and now I need to share with you guys what has sold from the previous videos that I have not updated you on yet. So the first thing so I'm gonna scoot over here, and the first thing I'm gonna share with you is this pair of gold toe men's socks that my dad gave me. They were a Christmas gift to him, and he doesn't like the socks, so he just gave them to me. They sold for $15, and the buyer paid for shipping. I was super surprised about that. So thanks, Dad, if you're watching this. It is Father's Day when this goes out and I'm filming. So thanks, Dad. Happy Father's Day. Don't worry, I'm going to call him too. This was actually a viewer sale. I got this in the ThredUp box that I purchased, which that video I will link up above. And of course, the playlist will be at the end of the video. This sold to Chris. So Chris, thank you very much. He also posted recently on Instagram a picture of himself. I'm not going to show that here, but you know, it looks very good on him. So this is Ted Baker Endurance. I was super excited that I got Ted Baker in a ThredUp box, and Chris, I'm so glad you got it. Again, you look amazing in it, and I'm glad that I was also able to get something that was in your size. Sold for $33.89 to him on an offer that I sent to watchers. So thank you very much, Chris. This is a brand new pair of Tommy Hilfiger XL briefs that I also got in that ThredUp box. Sold for $18 on an offer. Perfectly happy with that. The buy cost for that box is roughly $5 per item. So that's if all items sell. That's what I'm basing this off of. Also from the ThredUp box. Okay, so pretty much I think everything else was from the ThredUp box that I'm sharing right now. This is a brand new pair of J. Crew factory jeans. These were new with tags. Also came from the ThredUp box. Sold also for $18. And the buyer paid padded flat rate for shipping. This is a pair of Michael Kors pants. I was very surprised that these sold so quickly. I honestly expected to hold on to them for a little bit longer, but they sold on an offer of $10.30, and I'm very excited about that. Now, Michael Kors is not necessarily a brand I would pick up, unless of course it's Michael Kors collection, which is his runway collection, and I got it for really cheap, or his bags actually still do pretty well, but the clothing not so much. Really happy about this sale. This is a pair of the Under Armour track pants. I got 2 pairs of these. This one sold first. This had the Under Armour on, I think, the waistband, which is where the spell out was. They sold for $7. Again, I'm just trying to maximize my profit. I think my profit from this, after doing shipping and fees and everything, was like, and of course the $5 buy cost was like 94 cents, but it still sold. So there you go. It's 94 cents to the Bronco. This was another like bonus from that box. This 90s Ralph Lauren sailing polo, I did not realize was like a piece that people really wanted. Like, I know all over print is really big right now, but because this was a men's medium and because it was just Ralph Lauren, I didn't really think anything of it until like I started to get to list it, and I was like, this is single stitch. I think this is vintage. And when I went to look it up, it was vintage. It's from the 90s, and it sold for $30 on offer, and of course the buyer paid for shipping. So that was great. Like, to have that much of the box having already sold. This is where I am now with the Bronco fund, you know, nowhere near the almost $50,000 that the window sticker is. So now that the Bronco's built, the window sticker is like almost $50,000. I'm supposed to still have price protection. The original Bronco, when I ordered it like a couple years ago, the first time I ordered it, it was like 44 grand. So I don't know if that's still going to be valid or not, but we will find out. Again, this number is nowhere near close to it at $245.73, but every little bit helps. Here's some more little bits to help. And I will, of course, continue to make these videos because we're probably going to end up moving once I actually get the Bronco. So we're going to do the down payment. I'll put that in there, and then these videos will kind of be like making my Bronco payment for the month. That's what my idea is for this. But again, it could be anywhere from 2 weeks to 4 months before I get it, if that. So I will keep you guys up to date. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you guys so much for watching. Till then, bye!